Isabel lived a simple life. She went to school, helped her mother with chores, and dreamed of faraway lands. Isabel longed for adventure. She craved a life less ordinary. Little did she know fate had other plans. One day everything changed. It was a dark and stormy night. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows of her room. Isabel sat by the window, mesmerized by the storm. Suddenly she noticed him. A figure, tall and shadowy, stood across the street, illuminated by a street lamp. He was staring at her. His eyes, even from a distance, seemed to pierce through her soul. Isabel felt a shiver run down her spine, a strange mix of fear and excitement. Isabel's heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing the anticipation she felt. As the mysterious figure started to walk across the street, the air seemed to thicken with tension. He moved with an almost unnatural grace, his eyes never leaving hers, as if he could see into her very soul. When he reached her doorstep, he paused, his presence commanding attention. He introduced himself as Lucien, his name rolling off his tongue like a secret. His voice was deep and melodious, like the chiming of old bells, resonating in the quiet night. He spoke with an accent she couldn't quite place, which only added to his allure and mystery. They talked for hours that night, their conversation flowing effortlessly. Isabel was captivated. Lucien was unlike anyone she had ever met, a man of many layers and hidden depths. He was charming, intelligent, and seemed to understand her deepest thoughts and desires, as if they were his own. He told her stories of his travels, of ancient cities and forgotten lore, painting vivid pictures with his words. As the night deepened, Isabel felt an undeniable connection with Lucien, a bond that seemed to transcend time. His presence was magnetic, drawing her in like a moth to a flame, unable to resist his pull. She felt strangely alive, more alive than she had ever felt before, as if meeting him had awakened something dormant within her. Their encounters continued, each meeting intensifying the bond between Isabel and Lucien. However, their secret rendezvous did not remain secret for long. Isabel's parents noticed a change in their daughter. She was distant, her thoughts always occupied. One evening, Isabel's father confronted her. He had seen her with Lucien, and fear gripped his heart. He had heard whispers and rumors about Lucien, rumors that made his blood run cold. He forbade Isabel from seeing Lucien again. Isabel's world shattered. Her parents, her protectors, the people she trusted most, disapproved of the one person who made her feel truly alive. They told her of ancient tales, of creatures who roamed the night, preying on the innocent. They told her Lucien was a vampire. Despite her parents' warnings, Isabel couldn't deny her feelings for Lucien. She had always been a dutiful daughter, but her heart yearned for something more, something beyond the confines of her sheltered life. She believed in the love they shared, a love that transcended fear and societal norms. It was a love that made her feel alive, a love that gave her the courage to dream of a different future. She knew what she had to do. The decision weighed heavily on her, but her resolve was unshakable. One moonless night while her parents slept, Isabel packed a small bag. She moved quietly, her heart pounding with each step. Tears streamed down her face as she wrote a goodbye note, her hand trembling with a mix of fear and resolve. She poured her heart into the letter, hoping her parents would one day understand. She knew she was leaving everything behind, her family, her home, her former life. The memories of her childhood flashed before her eyes, but she couldn't let them hold her back. But she was also running towards her destiny, a destiny she would share with Lucien. The thought of their future together gave her strength. Isabel slipped out into the night, her heart pounding in her chest. The cool night air filled her lungs as she took her first steps towards freedom. Lucien was waiting for her, his eyes filled with a mixture of love and concern. He had been anxiously looking at his watch, fearing she might not come. He took her hand, his touch sending a jolt of electricity through her. In that moment, all her doubts melted away. As they disappeared into the darkness, Isabel knew there was no turning back. Together they would face whatever challenges lay ahead. Lucien took Isabel to his home, a majestic castle hidden amidst a dark forest. The castle stood tall and imposing, its Gothic architecture blending seamlessly with the eerie surroundings. It was a place of shadows and secrets, of ancient power and timeless beauty. Every corner of the castle whispered tales of the past, filled with mystery and enchantment. It was a world away from the ordinary life she had always known. Isabel felt a mix of awe and trepidation as she explored the grand hallways and hidden chambers. There in the heart of the castle, surrounded by his kind, Lucian revealed the truth to Isabel. He spoke of his lineage, his powers, and the responsibilities that came with them. He was a vampire prince, and he loved her beyond measure. His love for her was deep and unwavering, transcending the boundaries of time and mortality. He explained that by choosing to be with him, she was choosing to embrace a different life, an eternal life, a life filled with both wonder and peril. He offered her a choice to become like him. Isabel didn't hesitate. Her love for Lucian was stronger than any fear she might have had. She loved Lucian, and she was ready to face eternity by his side. Together, they would navigate the challenges and joys of their immortal existence. And so, under the pale light of the moon, Lucian turned Isabel into a vampire. The transformation was both beautiful and haunting, marking the beginning of their eternal journey. As his princess, she ruled by his side, their love story becoming a legend whispered amongst their kind. Their bond was unbreakable, their reign eternal.